A long time ago, in a faraway land, there was a little boy named Omo. His mother died when he was just 2 years old. It was a very sad period for Omo's father. He loved his wife so much. She was very caring and always took good care of him and Omo. Her death will surely leave a big vacuum in my heart and in our home, he said with a sigh. As the days passed, it became even more and more difficult for Omo's father to take care of Omo alone. He had to take care of his farm, and he also had to look after Omo as well. It was not easy at all. And so one day, he decided to take another wife who would look after the home and Omo while he worked. Omo's stepmother was very kind to him at first. She would cook, clean the house, wash the clothes, and take really good care of Omo. She treated him like her own son, until she had her own child and everything changed. She became very mean and would beat Omo for every little mistake. She blamed him for his mother's death. Omo became very sad. She gave him very little food and he wore only torn clothes. His father could do very little to help because he was always away at the farm. He felt so much pity for his son, and each time he scolded his wife for maltreating Omo, she would spank Omo even harder when her husband would have gone to the farm the next day. A few years later, Omo's father died of a strange sickness, and his life became even more miserable. He did all the chores and ate very little food. He would only eat after his stepmother's son had eaten, and whatever is left will be given to him. Whenever he was sad, Omo would go to where his parents were buried and cry so hard. He always called out to them to come and take him. "Do not leave me here alone in this empty world," he would say. "Life is so hard here without you both." Despite all of this, Omo was a very kind and obedient boy. He loved to help people and would always make people smile even when he himself was sad. Everyone loved him. One day, his stepmom gave him some bean balls to sell at the local market. Bean balls are special snacks made from beans and is popularly known as akara in Nigeria. He was on his way to the market when a frail and very old-looking woman stopped him and said, "My son, would you help me? I am very weak and old, and I am hungry too. I have no money to buy some food, but if you give me your bean balls to eat, I will surely reward you with a special seed." Omo knew he would be in so much trouble if he returned home without money. But he felt so much pity for the old woman. "I'll be terribly dealt with today when I get home," he thought to himself. "But this old woman is so weak from hunger. If these bean balls will help, then let me face the consequences." Omo gave the old woman all of the bean balls he had. The old woman was very happy. She searched her tattered bag and brought out a seed and offered it to Omo, who instantly refused to accept a reward. "Please, my son, do not say no. This is not a reward for what you have done. It is just a gift from an old woman to a good boy. Whenever you are sad, my son, hold these seeds in your hands and put it very close to your chest." Omo started back home. He walked a little distance and looked back, but he did not see the old woman. Where could she have gone to? He wondered as he continued. When he got home, his stepmother saw him from a distance and thought to herself, "That was fast. I may have to make another batch of akara so he can go one more time." Just then, Omo began to explain what had happened, and all hell was let loose. His stepmother spanked him so hard and told him never to come into the house until he had money to pay for the bean balls. Omo went to his usual spot. the place where his parents were buried. He cried and cried and cried. The tears flowed so freely. Then he remembered the seed the old woman had given him. He brought it out from his pocket and held it in his hand very close to his heart, hoping it would stop him from crying. But that didn't help at all. He cried even harder, that the tears poured out heavily and touched the seed. Immediately, the seed began to transform and almost saw himself in a very big and beautiful house filled with so many beautiful and expensive things. He was so happy that even though he missed his parents, he lived a very peaceful and happy life ever after.